Hello, everyone, and welcome. Just when you think things, and there's Sam walking through, bless you. Just when you think that things are not going to get just, how can I say more stupid? Yeah, I'm going to say that. Then they do. I want to talk to you about what the Boston Herald came out with an article, I believe, yesterday, and what they said. Here we go, my friends. We are Seeing Crime with Zelda Kelly. Welcome. Welcome, everyone. I'm Zelda Kelly, and you are watching Seeing Crime, and we are seeing crime happen every day. And I'm here to give you some tarot and oracle card insights, which means I'm not a lawyer, so I cannot give you legal commentary. I can give you my opinion, but I'm not a lawyer. I'm not a doctor. I'm not going to give you medical commentary or opinion. And I'm not really law enforcement or anything else. But what I am is a card reader. And I'm here to give you my opinion as to what the cards say and where the energy is going. And so far, we've been pretty right with your help, because you're putting energy into these readings as well. So what Boston Herald said yesterday was that Karen Reed had 1 foot out of Mansfield. What? What are they even talking about? Well, I'll tell you. It seems as though that Karen Reed has a contract on her house in Mansfield. I almost said Mansfield, Ohio. Oh my goodness. Mansfield, Massachusetts. They are talking about her selling her home. It's not been sold yet. It's got a contract on it, but it's not been sold. I have to give the Herald a hand. No pun intended. Yeah, that's how silly this whole thing is getting. Because even Poe knows common sense. And look. So, they've mentioned that Alan Jackson and David Yannetti have this mortgage on her house. That's not unheard of, and it's not uncommon. She's doing this. She's selling her house so she can get money for legal fees. They're trying to break her financially. I mean, that's what the CW does. Think about this. If any of the rest of us were in any type of trouble like this, what would happen? Well, normally a attorney will give you notice and say, look, I can't help you anymore unless you give me some money. I can't help you anymore. Because think of this case. It's been going on now for years. And every time you turn around, there's a deposition or a filing, or there's this or that. That costs money. I'm sure she's into the millions in this. She will be when she's done. So it's not uncommon. But for the Boston Herald to say she's got 1 foot out of Mansfield, so what? She is allowed to sell her house. And of course, there comes Paul O'Keefe bringing up the rear and saying, well, she's saying all these interviews. She should not be allowed to say any interview. She should not be allowed to say anything whatsoever. And therefore, we do not want you to delay my civil case. I want it now because I think she's liable, and I'm just going to go ahead and judge her now because she just needs to pay me the millions that I think she owes me. I mean, after all, I want to finish that addition on my house. Now, that's my opinion of what he's saying. The whole thing is ridiculous because Karen can sell her home. She can put the lawyers on as a mortgage holder or a lien holder. And the only reason that Paul filed this case to begin with is because they had a statute of limitations. They had to file the lawsuit. Well, they're not due for discovery until August of 2026. But he wants to do it now. It's Karen's insurance company that are taking care of the legal fees. But who is paying Mark Diller? That is Paul O'Keefe and his family's attorney. They think they're going to rack up all these fees. Well, they're not, because the waterfall has taken the position of Karen Reed. We're going to delay it. We don't owe you anything. You got the burden of proof. You pointed the finger. Now you have to show us why you're pointing the finger. It's all really so ridiculous. And I know that you all feel that way as well. What I want to do today is lay this foundation. Let's look into this situation. We've got the Kipper deck. We have this really kind of dark Lenormand deck, the Maleficent deck. That's correct. Oh, and there's Sam again, blessing the reading. And for those of you who are new, welcome. You'll see a cat walk through every now and then, but we just consider it a blessing. And do me a favor, please like and subscribe. That really helps me and helps the algorithm. And this is the Vintage Tarot. And then we have our friend, the Mythic Tarot, because it is gravitating to this particular case. And when that happens, we'll use it. So let's get started. This, you know, you get tired. I know that Karen's got to be tired. I mean, on top of, pardon me, yeah, well, there's some cards that flew out because the energy is high, but that's the card. The thoughts are on Karen. Now I'm going to fix my camera, pardon me, so it doesn't jump on us. That's the idea. There we go. All righty. All right. The energy is high. The pollen is high. And I'm the only thing that's not high today. And nor will I be. I don't do that. Seriously, I don't. Oh boy, I'm going to keep talking and getting myself in trouble, aren't I? Here we are. We're going to pick some cards. All right, angels, guides, and spirit. We need some direction, and there was some cards that came out here. We're going to take this fellow, a mature man. You know, I want to say that that's Mr. Reed because he's kind of in the limelight right now as well. We're going to put this right down here. We're going to pull out a few more here. A mature woman. We're going to see who this is because this could be Judge Canoni, Auntie Bev. We don't know. We don't know. We're going to ask who these people are. Then we'll put the pieces of this puzzle completely together. Here we are. Occupation. What occupation does that woman have? Because I do know that that's not Karen. Family room. You know, some of you in the comments have continuously told me that this family room keeps coming up. And believe me, I think there was a lot of planning that went on in that family room in 34 Fairview Road. It keeps coming up because, as you know, all roads lead home. And these roads that this whole case has been on, well, 34, hello? We can't make this stuff up, can we? We don't want to. I don't think I could make it as good. If I made this up, it certainly wouldn't be as good as the truth. Let's lay this foundation out here and get going. All righty. I'm asking to, I need to know who these two people are. I'm asking for confirmation on those two cards, please. Confirmation on those two cards. Somebody who thinks he's broke, so I guess that's Paul, because he thinks he's broke. This is all about him and the fool. It's got to be Auntie Bev. Oh my gosh. It's okay if you guys just make a comment and say, Zelda, what are you doing? What's going on? That is Karen. And why is that, Karen? Well, that is a Queen of Cups. That's a water element. And Miss Karen is a Pisces, which is a water element out of this. So the reason I'm saying that this is because there's money involved. And I think there is this mad dash, a mad grab, feeling as though he's missing out. That's not how I interpret this card. I interpret this card as being a recognition of knowing when you need to get going and you need to do something about your current situation. But that is him. And I'm just going to say that that is his energy, because he does represent the entire family, but he is especially representing himself. My question is, for all of you and for the cosmic unknown, where are the GoFundMe funds? Where did they go? The Fool card, landing on Auntie Bev. We're just going to say that. This Fool card. Now, this doesn't surprise me because technically it's not a fool, but I think it's kind of funny that it landed there. But this card really represents the wiping the slate clean and starting over. And you know those Supreme Court, the Supremes, okay, I'm not going to do it, but the Supremes are November 6th, I believe. Oral arguments, wiping the slate clean, starting over. Could this be an indication of how the oral arguments are going to go? November 6th, it could definitely be that. Because they can't do anything. But I'm going to tell you why I think the Boston Herald is making a big deal about Karen selling her home and saying she's got 1 foot out of Mansfield and everything else. Look, the lady can't even drive. She's not allowed to drive. They took her license away. And she's still out on bond. Are they trying to set this up? And I've always said this, and you've known this from the beginning. Are they trying to set her up and make it look as though she's getting ready to flee? Because after all, if they thought she was a flight risk, they could pull her bond. Now, I don't want to speak that into fruition, but that's the first thing that I get, is that they're trying to set this up as though Karen is ready to jump ship. Now, I don't see how she would do that. I just don't see how that would happen. I do not think, at first I thought this was Mr. Reed, but I don't believe that's him. He's going to show up in a different way if there's something going on about him. And you know, the other thing in this particular lawsuit and in the court filings and everything else, and why they're having a fit, is because she's going on all these shows, Dateline and all this other, and she is telling her story the way she sees it. She has nothing to hide. She was the first one who turned her phone over, and she didn't have anything on her phone that she had to delete. She didn't throw her phone in a dumpster somewhere on a military base. This is the Queen of Cups, and you see the pebbles here at the feet. These pebbles mark all of the memories of this queen. The water here comes from the robe of the high priestess. So that represents truth in her memories, truth of where she sits, truth of how she perceives things. There's nothing wrong with that. We all have our each perception of a reality that we live. This Knight of Cups, an announcement is coming. We're going to see how peaceful that announcement is, but there's more coming. And I'm going to go on record right now and say, I do know that there's more Better Road letters coming, and we're probably going to see them early this coming week. This Knight of Cups, this is an emotional new beginning, an emotional action card. Okay, so now let's lay down this Mythic Tarot. Oh, yes. Yes. Oh, look at this. Look at this. Look what came out. The waterfall in the background. This is the judgment. Wow. That reminds us of the bulkhead at 34 Fairview. You see, the reason it keeps doing that, and I'm going to put these back in because they kind of came plopping out, but the reason it keeps doing that is because there's still so much energy there. How, look, there's another one, the Three of Cups. We're going to leave that one out. Spirits, guides, angels. We need clarification. We need some clarification on the direction now things are going. Oh, let me just do this, my darlings. I did that off camera, and I don't like to do that. All right, here we are. The Queen of Swords, we see her constantly. I'm going to put this up down here just for a second. The Queen of Swords, making sure that the truth is handled in the correct way. That is the truth and communication. Seven of Swords, once again, that person who feels like they get away with something. Amazing, isn't it? Wow. We keep seeing these cards, my friends, and the reason being is, first of all, let me fix my camera because it's not really focusing nicely. And you all need to see these cards. Ten of Swords. You see how that we've got all these little tongues a-wagging. That's just stirring the pot. And look, there is an angel standing there over this person and saying, no, you just keep it to yourself. This person is worn out. There's protection here. The swords. So you see, this is truth, protecting against these tongue waggers. This angel who is also this, I'm going to say this soldier of truth, so to speak, the Ten of Swords. The Ten of Swords means that in the tarot, the tens are always completing a particular journey, a particular situation. This can also mean you need to read between the lines of things. But you know, you're always going to have in life, for many of us, you're always going to have these tongue waggers. Every one of us, we're not immune to that. In our lives, we've experienced that one time or another. And she's going through it right now. We see this card almost every time now come out in any reading that we do. And this will be this case, this civil case for the O'Keeffes, for the waterfall, and for CWs, and for, I think that's what it is, pardon me if that's not, the two bars. And for Karen, this ship ain't going anywhere. That's Paul's ship. He's going to be just held back, held at bay, and the fire is just basically going to say, look, buddy, you just need to calm down. I'm going to say this. In my opinion, he ain't getting nothing. That's just the way it is. Wasting his time. This Mark Diller is taking this because I'm going to say this too. I know a lot of great attorneys, but I know a lot that are out there, in my opinion, ambulance chasing. And they're doing it for the kudos and for money. And, you know, hey, it happens in every walk of life. I'm not judging. I don't know if this is Mark Diller's MO. But I can tell you, Mark Diller is turning into a real dilly. In my opinion. Three of Cups. We have another angel coming here and saying, good job. You see, all these little mermaids down here holding up their cups to this character here and saying, we're with you, we're here, we're behind you. There's more to come. There's more to come, but we're going to help celebrate with you. Now, and this has been a silly video. My apologies. I'm not usually this silly, but you know, you get to the point where you just think, my goodness, enough is enough. Do you people not have anything better to do? Look at the truth. Look at what you're supposed to be doing. We're going to lay these out. And before I do, have you had a reading with me? If you haven't, I'm going to leave a link in the description, because if you have questions that you need to know or that you need answers, this is one of the best ways for you to get them. I'll make a video for you, give you the link. It's yours to keep forever and ever, and you can share it, do whatever you like. Consider doing that, and also come over to Patreon. I'm posting things over there about some things that are going to be happening in November, and I think you would really enjoy that. Laying out these Maleficent cards. The Tower. Now, I want you to know this. This is not like, in this particular deck, this is not like the Tower in the Tarot. This Tower can mean a hospital or a prison. That's where they want Karen to go. It is also considered the Six of Spades, not a good card. This is the side. This is also considered to be a diamond. This Three of Diamonds, you remember how I'm telling you that the diamonds are like business cards? This legal stuff is just handled like the diamonds. There's no emotion in it. This scythe, used in harvesting, cuts. It's like a sword. It cuts. And I think, well, we're going to lay out some more here. And then we'll put the story together. Pardon me, this was upside down. You don't read these upside down. The bouquet. It is a spade. And it is a good spade. But then there is a snake. Yes, indeed. And a club. All right, my darlings. I'm going to lay out two more of these. The Stork, A Brand New Beginning. And a tree. Rooted in this particular case, and yes, we certainly are, this stork basically tells us once again, just like this Fool card, I want to pick him out. Because with this side here, wiping the slate clean and wanting a do-over, wanting a start over. Now, I think that's what's going to happen. Because first of all, I do not see a stay in this civil case, in my opinion, for Paul. Because she's not had her day in court yet. And she can plead the fifth when it comes to that sort of thing, I think. But the reality is, I don't think that she would anyway, even if she could. Now, I'm also going to say that for Karen, I mean, good things are coming for Karen. This tree means that they're rooted in, there's a whole ancestry, genealogy of people, the McAlberts, the families that are in this. And guess who and what they are? Venomous. With their lies and their actions. Venomous. So what am I seeing here? I'm seeing that this is fruitless. It is ridiculous. It is frivolous. It is something that it's like they're wasting their time to continue to go to file and to do these sort of things, and that's okay. In this particular part, Karen's side is paid for by her insurance on the civil side. It's the criminal side. But they're pushing to get, and I can tell you this right now, no insurance company is going to settle, and especially for the two bars, and especially for Karen. No insurance company is going to settle this without having either Karen be acquitted on these charges or found not guilty by going to court. Do I think they're going to go to court? I don't think so, not for this. But once again, I think somebody at the Boston Herald and with Hank Brennan, and they're all trying to work together, and Lolly and his hostage video, or not Lolly, Morrissey Meatball and his hostage video, and all these things coming out, they're nervous. That's what happens. You do know that. I don't want you to be upset. I want you to just start getting disgusted because of the games and the rhetoric that these people are playing to break somebody financially is unexcusable. Can she file personal lawsuits when this is over? I'm no lawyer, but I think there may be a really, really good chance. Will she do it? I think so. She's lost a lot, and so is her family. Thank God she's got the family that she does. I want to draw a parting card, a final moment, a final card for us, my darlings. The King of Wands. Isn't this beautiful? A fire element who's going to make sure that things go the way they are supposed to go. That's the energy of this entire reading. Things will go the way they are supposed to go. Truth will prevail. It's just we've got these bad actors once again, and Karen is going to cut them. Do they want her to go to prison? Yes, that's the whole idea of this. Will she go? No, she's not going. So no one has to be nervous. Are they trying to do something underhanded to make it seem like Karen is a flight risk? Is she? Yes, I feel that kind of comes into play, but look, I don't think that story is going to fly. As they say in the South, that dog ain't going to hunt. So, my darlings, are we okay? Yes, we are. Should we be worried? No, we should not. Will the lawsuits go away? Pardon me, I hit the camera. Will this civil lawsuit go away? Yes, it will. Will her November 6th arguments or oral arguments for the Supreme Court go okay? Yes, they will. Yes, it does. Yes, we've got the ACLU, so let's just all relax. I want you to have a great weekend. I don't want you to worry. Do me a favor, subscribe if you're here for the first time. I'm not usually so silly, but look, we all have to have a little giggle and a smile. It's the end of the week. So welcome here. Everything is going to work out all right. And do me a favor. I want to see your DNA on the like button. Put your DNA on the like button for this Seeing Crime channel because we're here for it, my darlings, and I so do appreciate each and every one of you. Thank you once again. I love you. You be watchmen, and I will be here seeing you very, very soon. Don't worry. Don't worry. We've got venom bite kits. All good. Bye for now.